So, Hans, you have a preamble topic.
Yes. We are all men.
Yep.
Correct.
And because we are...
Is this your preamble topic?
Yes, that was Hans's question was, are we all men?
So-
What makes a man?
Because we are all men, none of us have, to our knowledge, worn a skirt before.
Correct.
So here's a question. When a lady goes to the toilet, does she unbuckle her skirt and lower it like a pair of trousers, or does she just hoist it up and go to the toilet?
Well, I would assume it depends on the skirt.
Yeah, I would also tend to agree.
Do you think? Because I'm actually kind of disappointed Iwai's not here, because I wanted him to ask you.
Because, like, one, it's going to depend on the skirt and how, like, tight or frilly it is. Two, the length of the skirt probably plays a factor. And three, I imagine if they're wearing something under the skirt, like leggings or tights, it also plays a factor.
I suppose how clean the floor is would also play a factor.
Yeah, you don't want your skirt covered in pee.
I'd like to hope there's not pee all over the floor, considering they have to sit to pee.
Yeah.
To me, I just assume...
You could get, like, one of the crazies who, like, stand up.
That's called...
on the toilet.
A sheepy.
That's a
Yeah.
transvestite.
A sheepy.
Or someone who stands, like, squatted on top of the
Oh,
rim.
right, okay.
Are they, like, standing on the toilet seat while they do that?
That's hot.
Yeah, like,
Did you just say that's hot? What? No. I hate you so much.
if you're a woman who wears skirts frequently to bathrooms,
Or a man who wears skirts.
or another gender
Yeah,
that isn't
or
actually,
any of the genders. Or if you don't have a gender, that's fine too.
yeah, if you're non-binary or binary,
Gender, if you just wear a skirt, the gender doesn't matter. If you just wear a skirt,
if you wear a skirt, do you hike it up or take it off?
maybe they pull it over their head and pretend they're a ghost.
Email Hans
Yeah.
at
Handyman450@gmail.com.
That's not even right.
It's chanceRdavis
Hans.Davis.
@gmail.com.
Golden Shower
Big
at
Boy Hans
xxx.com.
At how do you piss with your skirt at bashbrews.com.
Make that the subject of the email.
If you don't, your entry will not be counted, and you will not be in with a chance of winning
A gold toilet.
a golden skirt to piss on. Should really set up an official Bash Brews email.
Should we?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah,
Be
who's gonna
funny.
fucking message us?
I would.
Just dick pics.
I'm not gonna send myself dick pics.
Like, damn, that's a nice dick. It's mine.
Hey man, if you want to set up an email, you go ahead.
It would be bash@brews.game, please.
That's the most convoluted thing ever.
What?
Bash@brews.game.
I remember looking up like what fucking top level domains you could get, and I'm pretty sure one of them was like, there are some ridiculous ones. That's it, like top level domain list 2019. Here we go. Hans. We could be at email at bashbrews.abudhabi. we could be emails at bashbrews.afamilycompany. What about emails at bashbrews.cancerresearch?
Jesus Christ. I don't think that's okay. I know. Just send us money, please.
These are great. What if we were email at bashbrews.wang?
I mean, that's pretty good.
Is bashbrews.wang available?
What the fuck?
Bashbrews.wang is indeed available.
Who the fuck is going to actually take that?
Hans, that can be ours for the low price of $2.50. Hans, it's gonna happen. Send your suggestions for Game Club games to emails at bashbrews.wang.
Please tell me you did
Three
not
of
buy
us-
that.
3 of us will not read it.
Did
So-
you just... Please tell me you did not just buy that.
I'm going to buy it.
No, you're not, Nick. Jesus Christ.
What?
I just like... God forbid we actually take off. And they're like, oh yes, we'd love to partner up with you. This is a very serious thing about depression and how video games help cope with depression. So can we get a contact email for you?
That'd be inquiries at bashbros.wang.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this isn't the partnership we're looking for. Thanks for your time.
We could just be like, but bashbros.cancer research wasn't available. Brothers and sisters, welcome to the Not So Super Bash Bros presents Game Club for June 2019. Yes, Game Club is back, the monthly video podcast review thing, where we take turns picking games, go play them for the month, and come back and discuss them for your listening pleasure. This month, Alex picked Rebel Galaxy, the space trading and exploration simulation game, and as ever, I am your host, Fox in the Henhouse, Nick Davis, joined by the bear in the air, Hans Davis.
My fingers smell weird.
And the angry kangaroo, Alex Proudfoot.
Hello.
Hans, why do your fingers smell
I don't
weird?
know.
Were you playing with your bashbros.wang?
We've gone from girls peeing to wangs, and now my fingers smelling weird.
God damn it. Off to a stellar start. Yes, Rebel Galaxy from Double Damage Games. As I mentioned, it's a space trading and exploration simulator, originally released on the PC in October 2015, with releases on consoles in 2016. How is everyone?
Apart from the smelly fingers, yeah, pretty good.
God damn it. Yes, sorry, Alex is here. No,
Oh, I'm here.
Because he didn't feel like it. He didn't play enough of the game. He did send points on to us, though. So, Alex, you picked Rebel Galaxy.
I did.
Do you care to elaborate on that?
Explain yourself.
So, it's a game that I had seen before, and I saw it was getting a prequel made. It's like, it was supposed to be coming out early this year, but I think it's been pushed back. I don't know if they've released their release date yet, but it's going to be on the Epic Games Store. So yeah, thought might as well have a wee look since got a new one coming out.
Okay, that's fine. I have another question.
Hello.
Why? just why?
So I enjoyed it, Nick.
As ever,
that's why.
I have split this into 3 categories.
Dun dun dun.
Gameplay. Hans.
So I'm just really focused on the finger smell. This is so weird.
What do they smell like, Hans?
Maybe
Explain the smell in between the categories.
okay.
Gameplay.
Funky,
Aesthetic.
biological.
It's a biological smell. Alright, God damn. And our third category. Has Alex ever truly picked a good game on Game Club?
It's poop.
I don't know if that's you answering the question or if that's what's on your finger.
Maybe we don't need to know the answer to
Nope.
that.
We just leave that open-ended. What do you think is on Hans's fingers? Send us an email at what's on Hans's fingers at bashbros.cancerresearch. God damn it. This show is a fucking shambles.
I'm crying, but I don't want to wipe my eyes in case I get pink eye.
I can't wipe my eyes because I get pink eye. Oh no. Yes, gameplay. Sorry, before we kick
Yeah, I
into
was supposed to say, jumping the gun there.
how far did everyone get in the game?
Nick,
I
how
think
far did
I
you get?
played about an hour and a half to 2 hours. By about 2 hours ago, I finished up. Hans,
2 hours.
Alex,
So I told you it's 34 hours earlier. It's actually 36.
God
I checked my Steam.
Damn it, Alex. You need to get a job. So yes, the gameplay. All in all, the gameplay, as Hans kind of mentioned to me before, the gameplay can probably most be likened to the Assassin's Creed ship combat, for better or for worse. It is very much this kind of 2D plane. You fly your ship along and you're firing cannons off either side, you're firing laser tracking missiles and things like that, and most of your time is spent kind of going from station to station, picking up jobs, picking up contracts, trading supplies to kind of get the best value out of them. And yeah, that's kind of the core gameplay loop. So Hans, you don't like the Assassin's Creed ship combat?
No, I don't.
How was this for you?
This was torture. So I know I'm in the minority in not liking the ship combat, because when it came out in Black Flag, a lot of people loved it. They thought it kind of breathed new life into the Assassin's Creed games. But I just hate it. I think it's clunky. I think it's frustrating. And I think it's just, I don't like it. So whenever I started playing this, and the entire gameplay side of it is just this, I was kind of like, yeah, I'm not going to last long in this. It's just, and it's all the problems that were transferred over from the Assassin's Creed one. You know, like, I get the ship that you're flying isn't like a wee starfighter. It's more like a fleet ship. But fuck me, it's so dull, because you're just like, oh, gotta turn. Okay, turning. Okay, just a little bit faster, please. And the guy's still gone.
So I'm kind of... I not that I particularly thought it was the highlight of the game or highlight of any of the Assassin's Creed games it's been in, but I like the ship combat in Assassin's Creed in Black Flag and when I played it again in Odyssey. I think it is simple, but I think it's also a very fun system. But I think the stuff they try to add on to this, and kind of the stuff they do to make it a bit more complicated, because obviously they need to if it's going to be your whole core gameplay system, I don't think it works. I think some of it makes it feel a lot more clunky compared to Assassin's Creed, and makes it feel a lot more cumbersome, would probably be the best word for it. The Assassin's Creed one got a lot of praise because it was deceptively it was very simple, but there was a lot of deceptive kind of complexities in there and positioning your ship, and it fit perfectly when it was one section of a massive game. Blowing it up and making it the whole premise of your game, I think it was a mistake, and I didn't think it properly really paid off.
And I think that's why I can be more forgiving with Assassin's Creed, is because, like you said, it's just one part of a section. Big game, yeah. This being the entire game is just kind of like, right, okay. Same reason we kind of talked about Skull and Bones. The other one? Like, we sat there and we said, how on earth can you make an entire game out of this? Mm-hmm.
But Alex, you've obviously enjoyed the game, playing it for 36 hours. Why did you kind of gravitate? Like, what did you really enjoy about it?
I never played Black Flag, so I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't play Odyssey either, so I never experienced that ship combat. But what I liked about the combat in this came after the starting system. So I felt like the game was kind of clunky in the very first system you're in. But once you start to get bigger ships, I think the combat gets a lot better because you can do more with it. So, like the broadsides, for example. In the smaller ship, you only get like 4 missiles on each side. Once you get to like the biggest ship, you've got like, I think it's 30 odd on each side. But they're split up into sections, so it's a lot more tactical with it. You have to be the optimal distance to get all 3 sections to hit the same point. Especially when you like upgrade the lasers and all that jazz. So I think the combat, it doesn't do itself justice in the early game, but once you start to upgrade and build upon it, it gets a lot better, especially with the turrets, because you can individually program what the turrets do. So you don't necessarily have to be on turrets all the time. But at the same time, you don't have to use broadsides at all. You can just play with only turrets.
Fair enough.
But like, I do think that the starting few ships are not great representations of what that combat is. Because you just don't have the choice.
Yeah. So yeah, it almost feels like they kind of start you off with a poor choice of ship.
Yeah, they start you off with like I believe it's like machine gun turrets.
Yeah.
And the basic like missiles for broadsides. And obviously you can find stuff out in like cargo containers, or you can destroy capital ships, and the off chance they drop an upgrade. But like in the early game, it's very difficult to get money because that ship is not great at fighting things, so therefore the combat doesn't feel great because of that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this game in general, the early game just doesn't do it justice, in my opinion. Because once you get through that, like there's so many paths open to you of how to play the game. It is like you can go the trader route and only trade. You can go smuggler. You can you can work only for the merchant guild. You can become mercenary, bounty hunter. You can work for the militia, the citizens. There's a lot of stuff you can do, but it's just that early game, and I know what you're talking about when like the combat is not great.
So you kind of mentioned there when like there is kind of the combat's not great, but obviously there is other things you can do. You can kind of play the game as a merchant or whatever else. Yeah, and that's something like in games. So there's games like Elite Dangerous where that's kind of the main conceit, and things like EVE Online where that is kind of your big conceit, where you can kind of have this open-endedness. Yeah. And games like that have kind of always intrigued me. It was just a shame that I feel like the combat in this, because they kind of make you, the first thing they kind of show to you is the combat.
Yeah.
And it makes a really bad first impression.
So later on, you can join the Merchants Guild, and the more missions you do for them, and it's usually like high risk missions, so like give you a really expensive cargo to take to like a really far away station or to a different system where you're going to get jumped. But like you can build around that, so you can build pure speed and like max shields and stuff, so you can just outrun everything. And like as you climb up the ranks, you get like ships that are tailored to doing that.
Yeah.
And they don't have as much like weaponry and turret space and all that, but they have like bigger holds, and they're generally faster than all the combat ships. So like the Merchant Guild have I think it's 2 or 3 mercenary guilds have the same, and then the militia have the same, and I believe each like pirate faction has 1 or 2 as well. Like there's so many different ships for so many different playstyles.
Yeah. See, like that's the bit of this that kind of sounds interesting to me. Like,
yeah,
going out there and kind of playing it the way you want to, rather than it just feels like the game at the start kind of funnels you towards the combat, which is just not that fun to do at the start.
Yeah.
Which is why I kind of like games like Elite Dangerous and stuff. Like I've always been interested to kind of like pick up a flight stick and play those, because it seems like they are that, but a lot better. Like especially because they're doing it from like proper like dogfighting perspective in the first person in the cockpit. So
I think that's what the new game is. I think the new game is more of a fighter based.
Yeah, like the new game is first person. It's like it's what is it? Red Galaxy Outlaw, I think it's called.
Yeah, so it's based on the Ants story before.
I think it is all like, well, it's you play that from like the cockpit rather than this kind of weird 2D plane that this one was on.
Yeah.
So I brought this up and we were chatting about it, that it feels very strange that this is all kind of played on almost 2D. Like a flat 2D plane.
Yeah.
And I kind of agree with that. Like it feels very, for having this massive, wide, expansive space, to then kind of feel like you're in this really restrictive way of playing it. And it's a very strange design decision to me. And I kind of get, it's probably a case of how do you kind of do that kind of Assassin's Creed combat with the 3D space? It probably becomes a lot more difficult.
More sense later on. Because of how big the ships get.
Yeah.
Like, trying to maneuver, if you look up I think it's Blackgate, the ship, it is massive, and trying to maneuver that in a like freeform plane would be a nightmare. So I can understand why they did it, just to make it so like you can manage the massive like dreadnoughts and their movement.
Hans, anything to add?
You said movement. Can we talk about the fact that the warp speed and obviously how it jumps you out of it in case you collide with something is way too sensitive? Like the number of times I'd be like cruising, like it's like, oh, you're like 13,000 whatever away from your next objective. I'm like, right, sweet, straight line, warp speed, let's just go. If there's like a small piece of debris that's like in the same postcode as me, it's like, nope, you gotta jump out. And then traveling outside of warp speed is just so slow.
I think they tried to make it so like if you were traveling that speed, anything in that area would do damage. You know, that idea. But like from playing it, it's kind of
very
annoying.
Disruptive. Like I
can see why they did it, but by God, was it
the conceit to doing it is like, oh, if you hit anything, it would be catastrophic to your ship. But like, it's not enjoyable. Yeah,
no.
Like don't let your storyline reasons for something get in the way of the enjoyableness of it.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of what was like
asteroid fields and like mining fields are just the worst thing to have try and warp near. I don't know how many times I tried to start. It came up like start the warp, and as soon as you start the warp, you were immediately jumped out of it.
Yeah, and then like I said, and then you rely on your boost, but your boost in the early game is so not a boost. It's just so it's slow. It's like a quick burst of speed, and then that's it. Like you're gone. Either way for it to recharge, and then you gotta keep going. Then you keep trying to do the warp, but then it keeps like knocking you out. You're like, fuck this shit. Just fuck it.
Any last gameplay bits to add before we shoot on?
Just kind of like the way Alex said about like, you know, it's play it your way to an extent. They really needed to push that much better early on. Like
Yeah.
And I know, like you said about early game, but like, so for example, I got to the point where you meet the robot researcher guy, and he's like, I need this much ore. You either go to the fields and mine it, or you can go
fight for it.
Yeah, or else these traders are here, you can go hold them up. I don't care which one you do. Now, I didn't want to go and attack the traders, because I don't want to be a dick, so I went to the place to mine, but I got there and it's like, yeah, you need a mining laser, and I was just kind of like, do I? Can I not just blow them up?
No, you don't.
Well, I tried to do everything to get something out of those things, and I didn't get anything. I looked for the weak points, hit the weak points, shot the weak points, even just crashed my ship into them. Nothing. Like, actually nothing. And I feel like, yes, okay, it's cool to kind of play, like, in that role play sense.
Maybe for that particular mission, you might have needed mining lasers, but for mining in general, you don't.
But like, I was kind of like saying, so if this is going to lock me into a certain path, you know, like, it's not like, you know, say Skyrim, you know, where you can play it certain different ways, but there's always that option to switch. You know, like if you're playing two-handed, there's nothing to stop you being like, oh, go and play as a rogue for a wee while now. You know, you can do that. In this, it felt like it was very much kind of almost like a hard lock, because if I didn't have a mining laser, I can just go and mine stuff. And then, you know, so I'm forced to complete that mission. I'm forced to then go and have to play as an outlaw. Do you know what I mean?
I know this isn't really relevant, but everything in that game is 100% refund. So you could have technically got mining lasers and then just got rid of them for the exact same money you spent for them.
I also don't like the fact that the mining laser is a weapon.
Mining lasers are amazing.
But the fact it's a weapon is just kind of like, well, surely it should be like...
it makes sense because it's a laser.
Yes, but that's like saying... I don't know. I could use...
Could you not use a pickaxe as a weapon,
My ship is technically a weapon because I can just ram into them.
Yeah, you can get ramming shields.
Yeah, but you don't buy your ship. You have your ship. I just think like it should be in. I think it should be one of the things.
No, you can buy upgraded shields specifically for ramming.
I don't want to give up one of my cannons or turrets to put in a mining laser. I want it to be just a part of my ship, like the tractor beam is.
Oh, it's a turret.
I also just want to be able to mine with my goddamn lasers, because like I'm pretty sure a cannon can do the same job as a goddamn laser can.
I completely agree. For that mission, you should have been able to just like blow the crap out of the asteroids, because for the rest of the game, you can do that and get stuff out of them.
And then like there's the other like, then when you're over there as well, they have the actual like miner, like the NPCs.
That's the mining field is like a base, isn't it?
Yeah, but like cause then I'm like sitting there going like, okay, so I need to get them, and I'm sitting there like a dickhead trying to blow up these rocks, and they're just flying about mining the shit out of these things. I'm just like, right, you're just rubbing it in. You guys,
I think
dicks.
you can actually like steal their stuff if you
just attack them.
No. If they blow up the asteroid,
Yeah.
the stuff is just in space, so you
See,
can
I
still...
thought that, but the couple of times they did blow up an asteroid, there was nothing there.
Oh, okay. I don't think they specifically target mineable stuff, because you actually have to scan.
Yeah, for the weak points and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I know, I completely... It didn't tell you needed a mine laser before you got there, did it?
No, I don't think it does.
So,
flip.
the aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
For as much as I think the gameplay kind of falls far, far short than where it probably should be at the start, I think this game does a very good job straight away of kind of nailing its tone, because fuck yeah, space trucking.
Yeah. That soundtrack is amazing.
I dig everything about the tone and the style that this game is going for.
I love the soundtrack too, Alex. It's just a shame they didn't buy more than like 4 songs.
Yeah. I ended up putting my own music in as well. Because
that was my second point, is like I really like the music, but obviously I only played for 2 hours. I can see it also maybe getting really repetitive if they don't have enough songs.
At like the 10-hour mark for me, I played about with the custom music thing in the launcher, because it gives you like wee boxes to put links to files for it to draw the tracks from. My issue with it is it doesn't specify how many tracks it reads. So it's trial and error, and it also doesn't tell you like when certain things trigger.
Yeah.
So there's idle and ambient. I never once got an idle track to trigger, and I have no idea how to do it. It doesn't say in the launcher. So, but yeah, like I added my own stuff to it, and it was great.
I hope you stayed in the theme of country
blues.
rock.
I did not.
Boo.
I put in.
Damn it, Alex.
Kind of kills the
And a
feel whenever
callback
like you
to-
the cowboy Firefly feel whenever fucking baby metal comes on or something.
Actually, I had baby metal for combat.
You fucking knew you'd have baby metal in there somewhere.
I had Cert's fight theme from Senyo's for the combat as well, and had some of the Lord of the Rings soundtrack, and then for like the ambient space thing, I had the Frozen Synapse soundtrack.
So yes, I do like, and even beyond the music, I think I really like the design of the ships overall, and a lot of the like stations you dock at, and I really like the design of some of the aliens and stuff. I think they're suitably weird and suitably space trucker-esque.
Also, the mercenaries are amazing.
Why?
Just the things they say, like when they're like hunting people down, it's just amazing. Because you can get like alien ones and like there's a robot one, and all their voice lines are brilliant.
But overall, I think the aesthetic, it nails the aesthetic very well, which is also a shame, because then it just feels like the gameplay lets it down even more. But overall, yes, space truckers for the win.
The aesthetic is really cool, but like if there was more to the game, it would be cooler, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
because you could explore it more, like other than just menus and selectors and sliders and stuff, and then the combat. Like, you know, it'd be cool if you could see how these, other than like fighting in space, how these, you know, different companies and stuff deal with each other.
Well, there is events in the game, so there's sometimes the militia lays siege on certain systems that are not necessarily like the pirates. So sometimes they just lay siege on different neutral ones. Sometimes the pirates attack different things. Sometimes the pirates attack each other. Sometimes stations rebel and create like a big massive like crime wave and stuff. So there are different things happening like that.
like yeah, like I agree. Like I do think the bits of it I saw and the bits of I have seen other people play online, like this does seem like a very good kind of living world. Like it does seem like random events like that crop up and things fluctuate in like scarcity and like price and like market value very like as you would like think as things happen in the world. And I think a lot of that is very well done. Again, it's just a shame about the gameplay.
Yeah. Like, it definitely doesn't help itself in the early game. Definitely doesn't.
But I think it's time we move on to our most important topic, guys. The most important question I've ever asked on this series. Has Alex ever truly picked a good game on Game Club? I personally feel that the other three of us have at least picked one game that is universally loved and everyone likes and everyone thinks is really good. For me personally, I think I've picked Undertale. I know Hans didn't like it, but I've also picked other games.
Nick, I love how your first example that you picked and it was not universally loved. You could just.
There's also Mass Effect, which was universally loved.
Jesus Christ.
Hans picked Danganronpa.
And 2.
I didn't like 2.
Soon.
And now I picked Ori. Alex, the fuck is wrong with you?
Hey man, I picked Contradiction.
I didn't
See, no, this is your problem.
My thought of Contradiction was ruined by the fact I think I'd seen it all before, and it let me sit and pick out more flaws than you probably would see in your...
no, that's your own fault for having seen it before.
True, but at the same time, we are talking about universally liked amongst the entire group.
And we're also thinking, this was probably the third or fourth time I'd played Mass Effect.
We also liked Late Shift.
But I did
not like Late Shift.
Yeah.
It's the most depressing shit in the world.
Alex, my challenge to you is to pick a universally loved game for next time.
No. There's no point picking a universally loved. We might as well pick a decisive game. Or divisive. Sorry.
No.
Decisive game.
That's why.
Because it, Hollow Knight.
I don't want to dread your pick every time it comes around.
Hey man, Hollow Knight.
I didn't like Hollow Knight.
I didn't like Hollow Knight.
Myself and IY loved Hollow
You're
Knight.
not getting this whole idea of universally liked,
What's
Alex.
the point of getting universally liked? You might as well try and split the room.
No, you should.
We're not playing that Jackbox game right now.
Alright? Like, you're saying this like, if it's divisive, then, it's more interesting to talk about. We talked about Mass Effect in great detail, and all of us loved it. We talked about Danganronpa in great detail, and all of us loved it.
That's alright.
Get your shit together, Proudfoot.
Hey man.
It's alright, Hans is going to pick Danganronpa. Hans is going to pick Danganronpa 3 and we're all going to hate it now. So.
I've loved both Danganronpas. So.
I don't know. By the end of the second one, it was really draining on me. So, don't let me down here, Hans.
Want me to pick something else?
Yes, preferably.
Also, by the way, Hollow Knight's still releasing DLC for free.
Yes.
Because they're madmen.
Because, I could see the appeal in Hollow Knight, it just personally wasn't for me. It was too vague a Metroidvania game.
So, it wasn't a bad game.
Oh no, I never said Hollow Knight was a bad game. I just knew it wasn't for me.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't pick all bad games.
That was a straight up bad game.
I will admit Icy was a mistake.
in so many ways was a mistake.
Yeah.
Alan Wake, also a bad game.
Oh, jeez, I've forgotten about that.
Yeah. I liked Alan Wake.
Of course you did, you like bad games.
When it first came out, I liked Alan Wake.
What else has Alex picked? Let's go on a trip down memory lane here.
So, first there was Alan Wake, then Contradiction, then Late Shift, then Hollow Knight, then Hand of Fate 2.
Not a good game.
It wasn't a bad game, but it was a good game.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a bad game. Boring after a while for me, but I wouldn't say it's a bad game.
Then Icy.
Icy's just straight up a bad game. Yeah. Epistory, great game.
Great game, but not great. I wouldn't say great game. Okay game, but the idea wore thin very quickly. Kind of like this.
The Council.
The Council, Alex, you bastard.
I loved The Council.
Yes, we've already firmly established that you like bad games. Dude,
Maybe
The Council was
open to more ideas.
The Council was like, you know the way you start something and it's like, oh, this seems really good, and then it just falls off a cliff. It's like if I'm building a theme park in fucking Planet Coaster or Park Attack, and then I just get bored halfway through and let people fly off the end. That's what The Council's like. Really good for an episode and a half, and then just death.
Really good, except for the ending, which was very weak, in my opinion.
Demons, Hans.
Jesus is a demon.
That's such an amazing quote.
I had one request of that game, and it just went against me.
Hans, if we ever start naming Game Club episodes, I want this to be retroactively named Jesus is a Demon. So Alex, please pick a game at least I will like next time. I don't care about the other two.
No, because the whole point is to be universally liked.
No, why? I'm trying to pick good. Well,
No,
not,
that's the problem. You're trying
Or
and
at
you're
least
failing
Alex,
miserably.
Alex. I don't even need universally liked. Either universally liked or universally hated, like Icy was. Because those are fun to record when we just shit on a game for an hour. And like Resident Evil was fun to just shit on for a while. I'm sick of this fucking half and half bullshit.
Hey, there's been a lot of half and half, and it's not all me.
Yeah.
Mine's just the more memorable stuff.
Yours is particularly half and half. Oh, God, I hope Hans hasn't picked Danganronpa 3. It's the one thing I want coming out of this.
I kind of want to play it. So.
I want to play it. I just don't want to play it yet because I feel like the second one by the end was really grating on me just because it wasn't that long since we had played the first one.
A year.
And Hans has already said the third one is arguably the worst one.
That's not what I said.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. The second one is the worst one.
I know.
The third one is really, really good. It's just the ending will rub a lot of people up the wrong way. The third one's fantastic. I'd say it's on par with the first, or the third one is on par with the first one, yeah. It's just, I know the ending will rub people up the wrong way. It's actually got some of the best story beats in the entire game, in my opinion.
Okay.
Also, since we're like looking back into the past, can I bring up the like picks around my Hand of Fate 2 pick?
It's one of them Gauntlet, isn't it?
No. So you had Oddworld, Stranger's Wrath.
That was alright.
Which myself and IOI hated.
I would, yeah, all right is a kind of stretch stick.
Then was my Hand of Fate. Then Dream Daddy.
Dream Daddy was great.
We all loved that.
Yeah.
We all
Dream
loved
Daddy
it.
was
And then-
phenomenal.
Bayonetta.
Also, another pick by me, might I add. Universally
And
loved.
you've had Stinkers, Ghostbusters,
Ghostbusters.
Resident Evil 2.
Sorry, I'm going to quote Alan. Yeah, but I picked Resident Evil 2 on purpose.
Still picked it.
Oh, wait,
Bayonetta.
Nick, that's one of yours. That was universally loved.
Yeah. See, I always pick good ones.
Lego Marvel Superheroes.
Hey.
I
love
has
Lego
also
Marvel.
picked some really stinkers, such as Beholder.
Hey,
And
Beholder was
he
fine.
picked Gauntlet.
It's mainly Gauntlet.
It's mainly Gauntlet, yeah. God, Gauntlet was garbage.
Although he has picked 2 Point Hospital and Ori.
Here, am I missing one?
Why?
3.
I think I'm missing from the playlist, or did IY not make a pick?
When?
From Icy... Oh no, sorry, tell a lie. Sorry, I got confused there. Yeah, Ori in the
Yeah, the
Black
ordering was weird at one point because Alex wasn't in it, or Alex joined an episode late, so the picks go me, you, Alex, I in one of the cycles.
It's, yeah.
But yes, before we get to that, let's wrap up Rebel Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
There is potential in this game that I think is marred by the, quite frankly for me, bad gameplay. I think it nails its look and its tone very well. It's just a shame that that is wrapped around this, quite frankly, bad gameplay, and it really makes it difficult to get into. There is, as Alex said, there is maybe potential hidden depth towards the end. It maybe just makes a really bad first impression. But when a first impression is all you're getting with some people, then don't make that bad first impression. There are things you can do to make the gameplay a lot better and more enjoyable at the start. And I hope they learn those kind of lessons for another game, for their second game, or prequel, whatever it is. Hans?
This game makes me want to petition for an overhaul of the Steam review system. Because this is another time Alex has said, oh, the reviews say mostly positive or very good.
No, very positive.
Very positive. And
To be fair,
so either
IC is very positive.
the system is broken, or Steam
Yes,
or
the
Steam
answer. Is the
reviewers are
system is
trolling
broken.
bastards. Every single one of them. This game is, I don't like this game.
See, are you on
no.
the Steam page at the minute, Hans?
Has it gone down drastically?
No.
Because I spammed my hate.
No, I just want to see
So-
the average playtime.
To me, I'm just like, I wouldn't recommend this game, even if you do like the Assassin's Creed combat thing, which is the main kind of focus of this. There's still not much else there outside of trading and kind of
It has gone down, Hans.
so
It's mostly
to
positive.
me, I can't recommend this game.
Alex?
I really enjoyed it, obviously. It is a very rocky start, and yeah, I think I've said everything in this episode that I enjoyed.
So it would be remiss of me not to mention that I did send on 3 points, and I will set out verbatim. I'll set out this recording, played 43 minutes of it. Music is great, setting is great, combat is shit with 6 eyes.
So it's shit.
So overall, mostly negative impressions. But potentially something there if you're willing to dig through shit.
I was on YouTube because we were scrolling through the videos, and I went back to the YouTube homepage. There's a clip, and it's the Father Ted clip of the guy going, "I hear you're racist now, Father." And it just made me giggle. Sorry.
Oh, that one, Hans. But before we wrap up for today, Hans,
Danganronpa V3.
confirm the inevitable. Is it actually? God damn it.
Like,
Alright, okay.
there's reasoning to this. Let's finish this bit before they release another one. Alright? Let's put it to I'm being legit when I say it. It is very, very good. I don't know where you got this idea that I didn't enjoy it. I did enjoy it. But
I feel like I've heard you complain more about the third one than I've heard you complain about the other two.
Not that I didn't enjoy it, but the second one is the weakest. 100%. But I really enjoy the third one. I think it's got some of the best writing beats that has been in any of the series, and I think some of the cases are genius. So yeah, honestly, like I think you'll be surprised, Nick, that you'll find it relatively easy to play through. I know
disagree.
IY and Alex will probably love it, and I'm looking forward. See, the problem with me though is that because I've played it and we've talked about it before, it's a visual novel to an extent, so I don't get the same satisfaction as you guys will.
I stopped playing it in advance when you know you're going to play it.
Hans, I'm pretty sure by the time the third one came out, you hadn't.
Did you seriously think I was going to, in one of my favourite game series of all time, I was going to wait for us to review it for me to play it first? That's dumb. No?
Yes. Should have picked it earlier.
No, because then Nick will just give off more.
I wouldn't, because this one's completely separate to the story.
Yeah, that just was, I'm not sure if you know this shit.
This goes back to the point I had with Nick already saying contradiction. It's your own damn fault.
I'm not sure if you know this, but in the third one, Alex, the first two games are actually video games. They're like
they're not
Danganronpa in this is actually a video game series. So that
I think you told me.
I think you have said before. I think it's when we were actually recording the second one. What is the full title of the third one? Just so I can... Yes. Killing Harmony. Yes, so join us at the end of July for when we come back and discuss Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. But for now, it is a goodbye from Hans.
Have a good one.
A goodbye from Alex.
See you later.
And a goodbye from myself. See you next time.